Years ago, I received this advice from a Bible teacher. I was having trouble memorizing the outline that he was giving to me with reference to a particular Bible book study. I was explaining to him my difficulty. He was explaining to me the importance of such. And then he said to me that it might be a good idea if you read the book to give each chapter your own title. If you have difficulty remembering my outline, that's one thing. But if you have difficulty remembering your own outline, that's really pretty bad. All right? We are in 1 Thessalonians. And the church at Thessalonica has an awful lot to do with Wissinoming. Wissinoming has an awful lot to do with Thessalonica. The word that I give to the first chapter is commendation. Commendation. The Apostle Paul has good things to say about the church in Thessalonica. Good things. Commendation. If you put R-E in front of it, you have recommendation. Am I right about that? Yeah. And people come to me, they want a letter of reference. They mean a letter of recommendation that I would commend them to somebody else for something. Wasn't exactly a letter, but I remember one time I got a phone call from a individual or agency that was wanting to hire someone that had passed through the doors here. They put down my name as a reference. And so I got the phone call. The position they were applying for was to be a security guard, be part of the security team at a college, local university. They asked me what I could say about the person. I said to them, well, just off the top of my head, the last time I saw that person, I believe they were trying to steal my son's bike. That's what I said. He said, why did you say that? Because that's a fact. It's a fact. And that person put my name down as a reference, and that was, I thought, an important fact. So sometimes we take these letters of reference more seriously than other times. Sometimes if somebody wants me to write a letter, write a letter. I'm a man of integrity and truth. The Apostle Paul writes a letter, and he commends the church at Thessalonica. What do we have in common with the church in Thessalonica? I think at the top of the list in my notes, I wrote that it's a hard name to spell. That's what I wrote down. Hard name to spell. Can you spell Thessalonica? Can you spell Wissinoming? Can you? Someone came to me some time back to get married, and I gave that person a 3x5 card, and on that card they were unable to spell the name of the street that they lived on all their life. Do you know how to spell Wissinoming? Do you know how to spell Thessalonica? Went to a missions rally recently, the Bible Fellowship Church. I was glad that they wanted to look at the various city churches and missions. Someone said, why are you not wearing your name tag? Well, I never wear my name tag, okay? But why was I wearing this name tag? Because it said my name and it said why I'm missing. That I was the pastor of the church. Why I'm missing? I said, I don't know where that place is. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay? But Thessalonica is like Philadelphia, a river port city. Like Philadelphia, the capital of a particular area. Philadelphia was the capital of our country, Pennsylvania, Keystone State. A good number of people living in Thessalonica. In the greatness of the city, we have a lot of problems. Amen? Yeah. Amen. The founding of the church in Thessalonica in Acts chapter 17 says that those that were involved in this were charged with turning the world upside down. And I suggest to you again that what they were doing was turning the world right side up. Charles Simeon was pastor of a church in England 54 years in the 19th century. The name of the church was Holy Trinity. It was adjacent to Cambridge University. If you read about him, you'll find out that he was charged with turning the city upside down. And yet in time, it took a while. He received the praise, he won over. His biography says, he won over and down. And he left a gospel witness in that place. I want you to note with me some Holy Trinities. Holy Trinities. Chapter 1, verse number 1. Chapter 1, verse number 1. Paul, Silvanus, Timothy. I'm not saying the Holy Trinity. He said a Holy Trinity. Paul, Silvanus, and Timothy. Paul, he was a persecutor of the church. He was destroying the church. He was seeing that families were killed. Silvanus, we think him to be one and the same with Silas. But he went along the second missionary journey and he played what we call second fiddle. Timothy was found along the way. He represents a younger generation. His mother and grandmother apparently were believers. His father was not. And we have strong scriptural support to say that he was a very timid individual. This is a team of people that could possibly make something happen, or they could all get on one another's nerves and nothing could happen, and they could just all get in among themselves. I know a lot of you have heard those names before. I'm actually not about their names. I'm saying this. When I say the number 3, do you think about a lot of people? Do you think about a crowd? Someone says how many people were there, and you say 3. Do you kind of play that down? Or, 3. Does that, anybody here, does that sound like a good group of people? How many did you say? 3? There were 3 there, okay? I want you to know if you go into a courtroom and something is being decided as to whether somebody did something or not, if there are 3 solid witnesses to the fact that they saw something happen that day, their testimony is going to be considered vital. If you'd be praying with me that we have 3 men that are elders of this church, that we have 3 deacons that are deacons in this church, that we have 3 Bible teachers, that we have 3 people doing this, that, other thing, various committees, responsibilities, boards, and whatever of this church. Once you know, you're going to be seeing some things happening, really happening. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse number 2. We give thanks to God always for you all, making mention of you in our prayers.